Good morning, everyone. I don't know if anybody can notice the obvious, but we have a difference today. Yesterday, when we finished the route, we were on our way back to the office, and unfortunately, we sprung an air leak on the truck, which caused the truck to not necessarily lose its brakes, but once I pulled over and the brakes locked up, it would not release the brakes. So I was stuck on the side of the highway for about an hour and a half until the tow truck came, got me back over to Penske where we leased the truck from, and had to wait for them to get me a new truck. This one is, unfortunately, I have to say, a Freightliner Cascadia powered by Detroit. This is probably one of the worst trucks I've ever driven. It is one of the reasons why I did choose the Volvo over anything, is because the Volvo is, well, it's fast. When you push down the gas, it actually gives you something, and this truck is just nothing. It doesn't matter how you push down the gas. It is god-awfully slow. I have it in performance mode currently to try to change the shift points of the transmission, and it is still almost has nothing. So it's just a rental. I don't know how long I will have it, and the worst part is I hate air ride seats. In the Volvo, I don't have to have the seat raised up. I can see all my mirrors, everything around me, well, to a point. But with this truck, in order for me to see, oh my goodness, in order for me to see the mirrors on the hood, my clearance mirrors, I have to raise the seat up. So one thing I don't like about raising the seat is because of the fact that when you go over bumps, such as we're doing right now, I bounce. And because I bounce, I throttle on and off on the gas pedal, which causes the truck to surge, blah, blah, blah. It is the most annoying thing ever. But if I were to bring my seat down, I couldn't see my mirrors on the hood because the hood has such a deep slant to it. So but we're gonna use this truck for today. Hopefully I get my truck back. It was gonna be an easy, simple fix that they said that they were gonna be able to fix overnight. But when the tow truck came and tried to unlock the brakes to get the truck to roll so we can get it over to the location, I guess one of the screws in the brakes did back out, which caused the brake to come back and grip again, making it activate the brake the entire trip that we were, I think it was like 5 miles to get back to the Penske. So it overheated that brake. We're talking smoke. It peeled off the high temp paint on the covers for the brakes. So because of that, Penske is probably going to have to redo the entire brakes on that side, and that's a problem between Penske and the tow truck company. But that's going to delay the truck. But I hope I get it back before the end of the week. Monday we do, like I said in the last video, we do have a trip to southern Arizona, and I would like to have my truck back before then so that I can make it up hills with some decent speed rather than trying to crawl up at 20 miles an hour. So we are going to do today's route in this thing, and hopefully it's just today's route. Not too many stops today. We got about 13. Some of them you have been to, some of them you haven't been to. But stay along for the ride, and I will see you guys at the next stop. Empty. Alright, here's a new customer for you guys. This one, he takes gold coolant. Alright, so you guys don't know this customer, this is the new one for you. But he takes our universal gold, and we take his waste. Luckily this week I'm in a trailer that the hose can reach all the way over to where it needs to. Because for a month there I was using a trailer that couldn't reach. I had to bring the drum out to me, so that was always fine. Alright, he requested 30 gallons in this one and 20 gallons in the other one. So that is what we're gonna do. For a grand total of 50 gallons. What's going on with this? So I don't know what's going on with this truck, but seems like the brakes aren't disengaging, so it smells like brakes really bad when I get to my location. And I'm not necessarily riding the brakes. I have my engine brake on, so that way I don't burn it up. But it's interesting, so we'll see how the rest of the day goes. Hope I don't go through another truck, man. I don't have time for this. All right, so 50 gallons to that guy. I'm gonna put my little markers away. Let's go put this inside the truck so I don't lose the check. Not gonna say if I've done that before or not, but we'll just kind of keep that to ourselves. I used to have road cones, but the tow truck driver, he got them off of the freeway yesterday, but he forgot to give them to me before he left the truck rental place. So I don't have my cones anymore, and we don't have any extras inside the shop, so all I have is come on, guy. All I have are these. And of course they're never gonna go back in the way that they came because that's just how those stupid triangles work. So, all right guys, welcome back. This is a new stop for me. We just got them as a customer. So these guys take gold, universal gold, window wash, and they asked on the phone if we can sell them a drum of brake clean. So we're gonna go ahead and do that for them, get them topped off on coolant. Got permission to record, so we're good to go there.
You how do it. There you go.
Knocking things off. See? Rookie.
Yeah. That's it.
All right, another new customer for you guys. This one said that it was acceptable to record, just not have any employees in the video. So we're just gonna do the parts washer service on this one. They want to hold off on everything else, and then we will get the invoice signed and take off. We are almost done for the day, guys. This is kind of a crazy day, but bent on the side of the freeway. Pull this out. I need one of these. parts washer. All right, let's double check, see what they got. This is like the world's worst lock right here. Actually, I think it's this one. All right, so these guys used oil, used coolant, parts washers inside. They are an every 16-week customer, so they are usually full. They are not full on used coolant this time, but they are on used oil, so we're just gonna start pulling the oil from them. And I'll probably do the parts washer. This has got a small leak out of this thing. I'm gonna have to take that off and tighten it because look at that, it's leaking all over the place. All right, residual suction, we'll take that. All right, so that's good to go. That's still pretty empty, so they're good on this front. Let's go ahead and do their parts washer. All right, what you didn't catch at that stop is me doing the parts washer and you know, taking the invoice in, but I was a little bit in the way, so I had to get out of the way of a UPS driver, so I don't know. Hearing some weird noises on my truck. But I will say though that, you know, most of the time when I do need to get, you know, a truck moved so I can get out, most of the time, you know, I have a lot of issues with a lot of drivers, whether it's a parks truck or UPS truck. You know, I ask them of like, hey, you know, hey, can you move really, really fast just so that I can just kind of get around you, so I can, you know, start doing what I need to do, because sometimes these parts trucks are parked in the back of these places for, you know, an hour or more, and they don't necessarily need to be right back in that spot. They can be you know, parked down the way a little bit. I don't know. I probably sound like I'm a butthole for complaining about that, but you know, I try really hard, even being in such a big truck, to make sure that I'm not in the way as much as possible. And if somebody asks me to move and I don't have any hoses out, you know, I don't have a problem with moving, just so they can kind of continue on doing what they're doing, because I know everybody's got a job, so I try not to get in the middle of it. But you know, stuff happens. But that's enough of me blabbing on. I am headed to the second to last stop. This stop is just going to be a parts washer service, and then the very last one will be a new coolant, used coolant service on that one. So I probably won't take you along the ride for the parts washer service. You guys, you know, you've seen one of those, you've seen them all, and that's all it is, just a parts washer. So I'll pick you guys up on the last stop of the day before we have to head off back over to the shop to get unloaded and reloaded for tomorrow's route.